In a world drowning in noise, where truth is often buried beneath layers of propaganda and misinformation, there's a need for a different kind of a network of creators that cuts through the clutter, that doesn't shy away from tough topics, and that delivers the unfiltered truth. We are Trim Radio Network. We are creators, we are innovators, we are investigators. We're the ones who aren't afraid to call a spade a spade. If you're ready to participate in thought-provoking discussions, informational topics, and of course today's biggest headlines, subscribe to our YouTube channel today. We're Trim Radio Network. We're cutting the bull and serving the truth.
Welcome to Revelation, the Cosmic Connection. Peter Kling, known as the Einstein of biblical prophecy, brings decades of insight into the mysteries hidden within Scripture and the prophetic signs of our times. And joining him is Dr. Jaysen Rand, researcher and pioneer in the exploration of extraterrestrial communication, UFO phenomena, and the mysteries of the cosmos. Two hosts, two perspectives, one extraordinary journey. Revelation, the Cosmic Connection, where prophecy meets the cosmos. And now your hosts, Peter Kling and Dr. Rand.
Good evening, everybody, for joining us tonight. It is a pleasure to have you. No matter where you are in the world and what time of the day where we are, it's evening time. But we thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, Dr. Rand is not with us tonight. We started something probably at the most inopportune time for Dr. Rand. He has he has personal situations he needs to take care of that are health related, and let's let it go with that. So our prayers are with Dr. Rand, and we pray that everything is successful in his life. As we should pray for that, everything is successful in our own lives. Let us not become victims of what we can call this system of evil in which we are forced to live within. A satanic system of evil. We're going to be getting into that quite a bit tonight. I want to first say this. Hey, hit the like button, please, and share this program with all your friends. Put it on Facebook. I don't care where you put it. Repost it on Rumble or BitChute, or repost it on YouTube. Make use of it. Make use of it. Because it's vital information that will help preserve us alive. And so we're going to examine some of these things and talk about keeping alive. I should say our prayers also go out to the people in Nepal. You have had to see the videos. And, I watched a bunch of them, and something struck me. In all the videos that I saw, I only saw one person see what was coming and run to higher ground. Everybody else was running down the road. Wow. He saw what was coming, and he ran to higher ground. And those in front of him who were he got off the road. He started climbing the hill. That there was no little path or anything that he ran up. He started climbing the hill, and it's pretty steep. But he got out of the way of harm. And broad and spacious was the road that the people were running down, and got swept away by the catastrophe that was coming down the mountain. Hey, broad and spacious is the road to what? And narrow and cramped is the path to life. Wow. Raskulla is joining us tonight, and we've got some deep things to get into. Raskulla, you look what's there, and exactly what is foretold within Scripture, I saw happening right within the same footage. But I feel sorry for what's happened to those people. The people that didn't even know it was coming, the rumble coming down the mountain, and they're saying, "What? How fast is your reaction time?"
I
Go
saw a
ahead.
video, and it was one of those short videos, so I don't know if it was an accurate video or not. But according to this video, there was an explosion at the dam. And when this explosion occurred, the dam completely failed, and that's what caused this flood. So if that's true, then, and this particular post was from overseas, it wasn't from here. And it was in Arabic, the writing was in Arabic, I had to translate it. But the writing basically said more attacks on the infrastructure. And in this video, you can see cars. And I don't think these people had any idea what was going on. You could see cars driving down the road, casually driving down the road above the flood area. So I guess they hadn't seen it yet. Um, and then it appeared that one of the people was caught up in it, and you could see somebody get drifted away. It was a horrible thing, pretty horrible. And if this video is accurate, somebody did that on purpose.
Um, as far as the dam is concerned, it may be like remotely involved. Allegedly, that what had happened is part of a glacier broke off, and when crashing, this is what they're saying. But I listened to an interview with an Indian helicopter pilot. Well, a helicopter pilot from India. How's that? And he was actually going over to that one of those places to make his daily run. And as he's approaching, he's noticing the valley's full of smoke. And from all of everything that was rumbling, he described it as smoke. You got a major hunk of ice coming loose, and now it's caused a flood all the way down the valley from its impact and breakup. It's a steep place, and the ice as it's running down the valley in a landslide becomes this slushy water, and then you have a lahar, which is basically a rock pile with trees mixed in it, washing down the river, taking out everything it comes to.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Horrific.
yeah, unbelievable. I feel, you can't. No, same thing with what happened in South America, both in Venezuela and was it Argentina with the earthquakes?
Mm.
So earthquakes in one place after another, yeah, and they come in swarms in a lot of places. So again, beware your surroundings, and it's like this with everything that we do. We live in critical times. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. The other thing that really kind of saddened me, talk about getting caught by surprise, and I got a heads up. Maggie Hart had sent me a couple of videos that had. It's like, wait a minute, wait a minute, and that's going to be the basis for our the body of what we're going to talk about tonight. But I knew a new member of her family when I lived down south. I had moved to Knoxville looking for work, and I had a best friend, and I became a member of the family. And mom used to babysit for Dolly Parton's cousin, and she told me that. He showed up one day to collect his kids. I had asked her, what are the kids doing here?
Wow.
And yeah, he owned a heavy equipment company. So I was like, I thought, yeah, he probably got the loan from Dolly for that one. And this is going back to 1975. Yeah, 1975, 75, 76. Think about that. And so, and I was living down there, and you get a certain appreciation for the mountains, even though I wasn't born there. Um, thank God for that in some cases. But you see how the people are in the mountains of North, the Smoky Mountains, the people who live there, and you get to kind of know the culture, and then all of a sudden, it's big town, a little town girl doing big, and the family knew Dolly. They knew the whole Parton family. That they were responsible enough to take care of the grandchildren, or children and grandchildren. I'm sure they became. You go back generations enough. Um, it's a culture, and so I was kind of impressed with that. And, I never met Dolly. Um, well, when we first moved down there, we got a big whopping one TV station that came in pretty good out of Chattanooga, and I actually watched the Porter Wagner Dolly Parton show.
Wow.
I never liked Porter Wagner. It's like, would they take you out of a box of Cracker Jacks? Go back and look at some of the videos, but yeah, that was followed by hee haw.
Hmm.
Dang, that was a good episode. Yeah, talk about culture shock. Was born in most of my life within 5 miles of New York City, but on the Jersey side, I was a Jersey boy. But that's a whole another story. But you get to know that culture, and so when she passed, I was like, I really felt badly because I've listened to, not that I'm a big Dolly Parton fan, but she's had some uh, very successful songs. She partnered with some very successful people and helped make them successful. She started in movies and TV shows. A little girl from the mountains of Tennessee. Yep. And so, what temptations do you run in along the way? Who are your friends? Who are your associates? Yep. You say you can sing good old Christian Southern Baptist gospel with the best of them, and vastly better than most. You had a very good manager, and you was smart enough girl to know where you came from. And now you wanted to do more. And the more fame you get, the more entrenched you tend to get within the system. Could Dolly Parton have gone from Christian gospel to having a much darker side, Rascala? What do you think?
Truly, I don't know, but there are a lot of people what had caught my attention in the last couple of days. There've been a complete saturation from what I'm seeing anyway, what I see online, of all the wonderful things that she did. There was a song that I've seen probably five, maybe six posts about the song "I Will Always Love You" that was given to her by can't think of her name now, Whitney Houston, and that she took the proceeds from that song and did something wonderful. I don't recall exactly. She helped a community of people with color, and she did good things.
Yeah,
Um,
Dolly Parton had done that song originally. I don't know if she wrote it or not, but it never got as big as it did when she gave it to Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston made Dolly a lot of money
yeah. Well,
just
so
from the rights.
my my question is, when I see something, I mean, that's all they say. She was a wonderful person, blah blah. Just did this and she did that and she did the other and blah blah blah. Because of what I have learned over the years, when I see something like that, I begin to question: Is there a uh, is there an agenda, if you will, upon the memory of this person and how they want this person to be remembered? Does that reflect what the person really is behind closed doors? Um, let me put it this way: there are people who see her like this, even though this is an AI generated picture. The question is this does this picture represent who she really was? Versus all of the other pictures that we see of her uh, smiling and being a bright light and just seemingly a wonderful person. When I see all of this constant badgering about how she was wonderful, blah blah blah, and I'm not saying she wasn't wonderful. I'm saying I question why are we being why am I seeing so many posts about how wonderful this person was and blah blah. Other people have died in the last couple of days. The lead singer for uh, what is that? Oh my gosh, I can't think of the band, but a well-known band back in my day. Um, he just died. I've only seen one story about him. Um, there was somebody else I can't remember who just recently died. I only saw one post about them. But with Dolly, it's like it's everywhere. It's all over the place. It's not just in the United States either. It's like all
Well,
the
she
country.
toured around the world. Yeah. Um, and the world was always given this very positive side of Dolly Parton. And I'm not saying that wasn't there. You know,
Yeah, that's like I'm saying. I'm not saying she was an evil person. I'm questioning. Blood, Sweat, and Tears is the name of the group I was trying to think of. So I'm just questioning. I'm not saying she was bad or good. I'm saying with everything that we know that in order for somebody in the musical industry has to make a sacrifice of some sort,
ah,
right?
ah,
Do you agree or disagree?
yes, I totally agree. I'm glad you brought that up because uh, it, let's go to the first picture, if we could, picture number one. This was a video. This is from a video that Dolly Parton is thanking Britney Spears and whoever she just married there for the. I think they gave her one of her foundations $2 million. Was one of the book foundations because there's one coming to this state. Um, and they just announced that on the news tonight. So that money has been put to, I'm going to say, a positive use. Um, you know, it's a donation for one, and then it became part of a nonprofit for the other. And so she did positive things. But the interesting thing in this video, she thanks them, and she basically uh, asks them. She comes right out and asks them. After she says that it's so fantastic what they did, and she says, when you have a baby, can I have the child? And she makes this hand gesture. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Can I have the child? And I'm thinking, okay, I'll tell you exactly what went through my mind. The first thing that went through my mind is that could she have been outing them and saying, I know how you guys really are. I've seen you act on stage, and uh, I would love to raise your child as a Christian. And so is she flipping them off, or is she giving some sort of sign that she wants to have control over that child's life?
Hmm.
Which raised the next question: was Dolly a sacrifice? Was Brittany already pregnant?
Hmm.
Did the uh, did the entertainer spirit want to continue on in Britney Spears' child? Whoa, wait a minute. Did we just go interdimensional?
Peter, I want to throw something in there. It may be a wrench in the gear, so to speak, but I do believe that she was one of them that got the proverbial you know what and the you know where.
Yeah, and I had heard about that too. Um, it's very possible. I'm not. This is someone who I thought was a very positive person uh, since 1975,
My
over
dad loved
50
her.
years.
Yeah, my dad loved
She
her.
she she was entertaining. I've seen some of her movies. I've seen her on TV. She's always funny and entertaining. And like I said, she did a lot of gospel music. How much of that was in her heart? How much of it was something else? And I've read this before, and I want to go back and I want to read it again because this is where you have to raise a lot of questions. And it's Ephesians, the 6th chapter, verse 12. Well, actually, verse 11, we're told to put on the armor of God so that you will be able to stand safe against all the strategies and tricks of Satan. All the strategies and tricks of Satan. Was Dolly tricked? Did they use a strategy against her? Verse 12 says, "For we are not fighting against people made of flesh and blood, but against persons without bodies, the evil rulers of the unseen world, those mighty satanic beings and great evil princes of darkness who rule this world, and against huge numbers of wicked spirits in the spirit world." Wait a minute. What are these agents of Satan doing? Our fight is not against flesh and blood. I guess Rihanna lost that fight.
Mm, big time.
Yeah. And she comes right out and admits it. So, what kind of, what are we actually dealing with? What are we actually dealing with? Rascal, can you go to picture number 2 there? And so, I have to really start to question that. That works. Yeah. Here's Dolly with and it's what the heck is that gal's name? But anyway, and then the next one over, I don't know, I forget who the gal with the blonde hair is back to us, but there's also another gal who's a known Satanist, and Dolly proposes a toast to the god Azrael. Azrael. Why would she do that? These were one of the satanic gods that were dealt with in Leviticus. Hey, you want to go worship Azrael? Go worship Azrael. Why is Azrael still around? And why a
Jennifer.
toast?
Jennifer is the name of that girl.
Uh,
Jennifer.
yep. Uh, um, Boy, the other one just slipped from my mind, and I like.
The other
She's a
one,
good act.
I don't
She's a good
recognize her.
act. Yeah. Uh, there's actually 2 people to the right. You can only see the beginning of the profile in this picture. Her name will come to me. I'm sure Maggie's listening, telling me the name right now. Anyway, but regardless, why are they drinking this toast? I don't get it.
So
And
this is from a video, Peter?
yeah, there's actually, yeah, uh, this was one of the Instagram videos that was sent to me.
You should. Do you have the whole video or just a picture?
I've got the whole I got to go back to Instagram. I didn't copy the video, but you can find it on. I took the picture off of Google,
Hmm.
but you can find the whole thing there
I'd
because
like to get the video of it and the other one that you this one here that you were talking about, where she says about your firstborn thing. I'd like to get the video of the whole thing. It's a lot easier to convince somebody of the point that you're trying to
y-
make when you have
the
the
whole
group.
video.
Yeah, to show a
Yep.
picture, and I'm not being judgmental. I'm just saying, and to show just the picture, some people might think, well, that's not fair. What if they,
Yep. Yep. And I
so whatever.
totally agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
I'll see if I can
Y-
find them.
yeah. If not, hey, I'll find them at, well, not tonight, but probably tomorrow. I'll go in and I'll go to my Instagram and shoot, here's a copy for you.
Okay,
But I'm sure you find them online. If they're on Instagram, they got to be online, right?
I would think so. Yeah,
So there you go.
take a look.
There's my reasoning for tonight. It's we'll have to talk about sending video as opposed to just a picture. So the
Or a link.
mechanism.
Send me a link, and
Send,
then I can go to the link and download it.
okay, absolutely, absolutely. So in the future we'll have links.
Awesome.
But yeah, it'll make a better point, and then you can hear it with your own ears.
Exactly.
Uh, out of her mouth. And I'm not saying that Dolly isn't or wasn't a good person. What I'm saying is, what is she being controlled by now? What has she bought into?
I think for me, the question would be, what sacrifice has she made in order to get to where you and I both know that in order for any of these people to get high up, as high as she was, especially, sacrifices have to be made. What sacrifices did she make? Was it a
Maybe
sacrifice of a contract like Bob Dylan said, I made a deal with the big man. I think he called him the big man. And the interviewer said, who's the big man? And Dylan got this look of, I kind of fear and spook. And he said, And they went on to the next question. Was it one of those? Is that the sacrifice that she made?
um, that may have been the deal that she made, and like I said, she may have become the sacrifice
Hmm.
to release whatever was what dark force, whatever these princes are in the unseen world. You're not going to have low level demonic forces going into entertainers, sports figures, actors, and we know that they're all dirty. When you get to a higher, what P Diddy? Wait a minute, P Diddy. Look at what he was sentenced for, and the rumors that were flying around by people who claim to be in the know. Go listen
Well,
to Cat Williams. He's funny.
if it's not pedophilia or some kind of sickness of some sort, it's straight up ritualism,
Ah, yes.
draining of blood and doing different types of things. I think of that lady, Abrahamson, I think, or Abrams. I can't think of her first name. She does this thing called spirit cooking, where they will
Uh,
bake a cake in the shape of a human,
yep.
and then they'll cut this thing up. And when you cut into the cake, it's red velvet on the inside.
Wonderful. And Abramovich.
That's it, Abramovich. Yeah,
Abramovich.
yeah.
More, I forget her first name, but yeah. And what rituals go into that? If you've done a deep dive into her, you're on the satanic side. And I'm not talking the level of frazzle drip. Hello, Hillary, to be. Um, yeah, 12 cops in New York City saw that video. One ran to Russia and the other 11 died. So the rumor is, but that rumor went around quite a while ago. Jeffrey Weiner's laptop. So just how far and how occult and how deep do they have to get? And are they being controlled by the satanic forces that are ruling this planet? That's right out of Ephesians.
Peter,
Yeah.
let me ask this question. Help define control. Does control mean literally they are given a program, given a book? Are they, or are they controlled in the sense of, hey, listen, Dolly, by the way, we'd like for you to uh, do whatever it is, and with the understanding that when you're asked that, that's part of the sacrifice. Okay, where they're not going to say, Dolly, you must do this. It's more like, Dolly, we would like for you to do that. You're going to be asked to do something. You're not going to be told to do something. So control may not be what some people think, like, you know, well, she's being controlled. And so some people get this idea in their mind that she's being literally told what to do all the time. Yes and no. She's being told what to do, but she's not being told. She's being asked, understanding that there's no, but the power that's asking her to do what she's doing is there's no, I can't figure out how to put it. There's no refusal. Does that make sense?
Must comply.
Exactly.
Must comply. If you want to be part of the club, you must comply. Okay, well, how far up does this club go? Let's go to the next picture, if we can. That would be picture. We can skip picture 3. Let's go to picture 4. There we go. Is that an upside down pentagram? And this picture is from. It's supposed to be from her album Rockstar, or an album Rockstar. Maybe it's AI. Maybe people are having fun with this, but what are they trying to tell us? Who's doing it?
The One-Eyed Club.
Yeah, because how many times have we seen that?
Yeah.
When I was doing the research for tonight's show, just looking at things to bring up, they're out there. Everybody that's joining either the Black Eye Club, hello, Richard Branson, Pope Francis, and a lot of other people. And I'm not even going to get into that. But then with the actors and actresses, that they have the One Eye Club, and singers, especially. How many times do you go to the concert and what's the big thing to hold up? Oh, the devil horns, right?
Yep.
And so what it is that you have these actors who are fantastic in what they do and are so entertaining, and they can control crowds of people to do almost anything. Hold up your devil horns, and everybody holds up their devil horns. Now we just got you to accept an invitation to the devil by hand sign. Sieg Heil. By a hand sign, by an arm movement. Sieg Heil. You see, it gets brainwashed. It gets put in there, and they make a contract, and they don't even know it.
I just ran this picture through the interpreter, the AI interpreter. It says 95% AI generated.
There you go. And that's part of the situation. That's why I kind of like gave the disclaimer. They put here's one that they're putting up. It's like, is this real? Is it not real? But we have seen similar things, and especially there's the legend about the crossroads, where people could they could play an instrument or they could sing a little bit, but they weren't masters at their trade, and so they were told to go to the crossroads.
Mm-hmm. And
It-
what might
it-
that be?
well, they had to make a deal with the devil.
Exactly.
Uh,
Bob Dylan
Lady,
said that.
yeah, Lady Gaga,
Mm,
before she became Lady Gaga,
mm,
was playing clubs down in Soho, New York City, that general area. And after a show, this is in an interview that she did, after a show, she was approached by somebody who only referred to themselves as the Prince.
mm.
Interesting.
Wow.
My alien contact when I was 18 was, look, the Prince arrives. That's a different story though. But the Prince, and he said, he told her, you're good. We can make you real good and famous.
Mm.
Now, interesting thing, and personally, I think she's got a fantastic voice, or maybe he's got a fantastic voice. I'm not going to go one way or the other on that. It's we ain't having a gender reveal party here. But anyway, Lady Gaga's got a fantastic voice,
Uh,
and so um, the one of her biggest hits, "Bad Romance." You look at the video with that, and that's all about child trafficking.
I didn't even know. So I don't even, what's the name of the song? Bad Romance?
Bad
I'll
Romance,
have to go check that out.
and it starts off with these pods that have red crosses on them. Not the Red Cross, but red crosses, which would also be a sign of the Knights Templar,
Hmm.
the Red Cross.
Wow.
Think about the connections here. But they take this they take this trafficked woman, clean her up, and she has like this baby face. They do this unbelievable makeup job on her. She's got like this baby face, somebody who looks like a big eyed 12-year-old, and then she is auctioned off
Hmm.
right in your face, right
Wow.
in your face.
Wow.
Bad Romance.
Mm.
Anyway, so it's very capturing video. It's like, holy moly, what in the world? I'm looking at the symbolism there, and that's it. Most people will say, be entertained, but not really look at what's going on, what they're showing you,
Yeah.
the nuances of it that enter into your mind at a subconscious level, and you buy into it. Oh, isn't this fantastic?
Like the Olympics, right? Like
Oh,
before the Olympic
jeez.
Games.
Oh my God, what a
Right?
joke.
How many?
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many people online that online friends of mine. Oh, that was beautiful. You people lost your frickin' mind. You could. I'm just gonna zip it because I'm gonna get colorful at this point.
Well, let's go to the next picture, picture number 4, because that's really what we're dealing with.
How true.
That's really what we're dealing with. Uh, I, I, I saved it was a Substack article where forgot the woman's credentials, but she kind of knew what she was talking about, and she made the accusation that world leaders uh, have accepted uh, that they're demon possessed, basically, short story, and they've gone through a ritual which allows themselves to become possessed.
Mm, mm,
Possessed by what? Possessed by these same bodiless creatures that we just read about in Ephesians. Uh, you know, we're not fighting flesh and blood. We're not fighting that. But let's go to the next picture, picture number 5. And this is a society of what we have become. This is a society of what we have become.
wow.
Obey, conform, buy, consume, stay asleep, But see where it says yield on the left-hand side? Go right above that. This is your God.
Oh, yeah. Right below the word consume.
Yeah. Yeah. This is your God. How many people watched that movie and actually did, that you saw it, whether you realized you saw it or not, you just got programmed.
This is what many times when I say they have to tell you what they're doing or they're going to do before they do it. Sometimes they put it in your face, other times it's like in a code, but they're telling you. And if you watch the movie, you can see very clearly there are two guys who basically fight each other. One guy finds these glasses, and when he puts the glasses on, he sees the truth. And he tries to get the other guy to wear the glasses, and they literally get into a fist fight because the other guy doesn't want to wear the glasses. It's such a relationship kind of to reality where you're trying to wake these people up. They would rather fight you than you tell them, than have them hear the truth.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah, you see, the glasses that I use are the scriptures and prophecy and keeping an eye out for what we see going on and is happening now. And we don't even realize it because it's a snare. Dolly, you want to become really rich and famous? You want to have all of your dreams? When you got to join a club. You got to join a club.
Yeah, remember George Carlin? That's the name, right? George Carlin?
Yeah.
That
Yep.
guy? It's a big club, and you're not in it. That guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a big club and you're not in it. Thank God we're not in it.
Amen.
Thank Father Yahuwah that we are not part of this consume and buy and submit, conform, obey. This is not our God. We were meant to live free. We are meant to live free. But who are we controlled by? Let's go to picture number 6. Yeah. The governments, the principalities, politicians at the highest level, world leaders at the highest level, going through a ritual to become possessed by the principalities of this world and their minions. It's an interdimensional, extraterrestrial attack. Will they be stopped? Maybe. But we got to figure out who's behind it. Picture number 7. Who is behind it? Who is at the top? These are just different clubs that you can be accepted into. The most common is the bottom left. Freemasons. After all, it's good business. It's a fraternity. It's one where we help you get ahead in life. It's one that is controlled by the Illuminati and by these others who are all involved in controlling planet Earth. Secret societies. We go to number 8. Secret societies in the shadows. The deep state, the shadow government. Is that who has gained control of this country? Every country? Except maybe those countries who are starting to wake up. Shadow says, secret societies. Can we go to picture number 9? There was a president that warned us against secret societies. that these secrets are repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. Why can't you do it out in the open? And so what did they do with Kennedy when he spoke out? Can we go to picture number 9?
Number 10.
Number 10. Thank you. I don't vote. But when I was a little kid, I liked Kennedy, and I knew he was going to win. Same as I knew Trump would win. I didn't expect, I kind of half expected the dead president known as Joseph Biden, or the Biden administration. I saw him installed. Does it mean that he won? But how many, Riscola, do you have any clue how many times that there were assassination plots on Trump?
I think the last count now is 4, I think.
4 that we know about. It was alleged that at a White House meeting, Mike Pence tried to poison him. Alleged.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, alleged. And so guess who was taken out? And you got to see an actor. Yeah, if you
we don't see him anymore, do we?
Nope. And the Mike Pence that you have seen, at least for the last 4 or 5 years, it wasn't the Mike Pence who was vice president. Heck, most of the time we're not even seeing the real Trump. And for the first time, I have to question whether it was the White House 250, I guess you would call it, the Indy race that they had down there. Well, the opening lap was done by Trump and allegedly with Melania. And I'm looking at the height of Trump and Melania, and wait a minute. Why do they both seem shorter? Good actors. Just saying. Now, I have seen pictures or short videos of Melania and the Donald together, and I was like, yep, they're taller than anybody else in the room. Oh, there's Barron. Never mind. Yeah, so, the last plot against him is when he went to Turkey. Whether it was the real Trump or not, it's still Trump. Well, let's put it that way. And if I was the Donald, I wouldn't have my butt running around all over the world as a target. I'd rather be the man behind the curtain pulling the strings. Wouldn't you, Riscola?
It's a lot safer that way.
Yeah. And so, as I said, we know what happened to JFK. And allegedly the same people who, now keep in mind, the message that JFK started came from Eisenhower. Watch the military-industrial complex. Why? What JFK didn't know is how deep the secret societies ran within his administration and the government. But he didn't like it. Not one bit. And I bet you Trump doesn't like it much, along with the corruption that all of that has caused over the years. And so be prepared that there's more coming. Riscola, if we could go to, I guess it's picture number 11. I shall shatter the deep state. Who's he talking about? Who's he talking about?
He didn't do it.
Has he? Not yet. Not yet. But if he is, if what I've said in the past, in previous shows, if that comes to fruition, we're sitting on the cusp of its engineering. And this, what we might see coming over the next 2 years, is the birth of the eighth kingdom, which will be a worldwide kingdom. Hello, Board of Peace. Everybody jump on. Isn't that going to replace the UN? Yeah. But regardless, picture number 12, if we could have that, Rascala. Regardless, it's still part of a satanic system of evil, which in many aspects will be conquered eventually. The one that will be conquered first is the one in the middle. That is the seven-headed, ten-horned wild beast which ascends out of the sea in Revelation chapter 9. The beast that Trump may be representing is the scarlet-colored wild beast, which is not listed here, which is in chapter 17. And in chapter 17 is where it also says 17:17. I've said this many times. God will put it into their hearts to carry out his will, to carry out his every thought. Think about that. To carry out his every thought.
Does that mean what we would consider bad stuff too?
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't seem right, Peter.
Okay. Well, it's the controlling systems. There's a whole show in itself. We'll have to do this again on chapter 9 sometime. But chapter 9 is filled with interesting extraterrestrials which come out of the pit of the abyss. And these entities have a king over them. In Hebrew, it is Abaddon, but in Greek, it is Apollyon. We made that connection back to Trump, too. Look at the interdimensional side. Because where's the fight? The fight is not against flesh and blood. The fight is against these wicked creatures that are invisible to us. I'm going to go back and just reread it. Ephesians 6, starting in verse 12. For we are not fighting against people made of flesh and blood, but against persons without bodies. Who are they? The evil rulers of the unseen world, those mighty satanic beings and great evil princes of darkness who rule this world. And against huge numbers, this is the demonic forces, of wicked spirits in the spirit world. So, grab a Ouija board if you want to talk to those guys. But you'll regret it. And everybody who has made a pact with the devil is going to regret it. They have chosen their path. We're not going to get into the hereafter yet, because while we may have entered a judgment period, the judgment is first coming against the religious control of this planet. Hello, Sharia law. Hello, Noahide law. Hello, the law of the Freemasons, the 33rd degree. The law of the church, the law of the Vatican. Bye-bye. But don't worry, they'll replace it. They'll replace it. And then we have to take in the extraterrestrial consideration. We have a lot to think about, don't we, Rascala?
Full plate, my friend.
Yeah, and the easiest way to keep, and you tell me if I'm mistaken here, but the easiest way to defend ourselves against that is to have a spiritual connection with our Creator, to have that sense of God, but not just God, Yahuwah, Jehovah, knowing His name, the name of the Creator of life, the breath which is in our very bodies and lungs, Yahuwah. We'll have to get a clip of that some night and play it. It's like really wild. It's like, huh? Yeah. And there's one other person that we need to connect with, because all things happen through the Son, because through the Son was the ransom of Adam, the first blood. Love that about Arabic, Rascal. And so let's go to our last picture. This is where we're headed. This is eventually where we're headed. Christ's heavenly return. Oh, Christ's going to come back. Yeah, what most people don't tell you is that he's coming back with the armies of heaven versus Earth combined military forces and those who have drawn them to war. It's in Revelation chapter 16. Inspired expressions of demons. Think about it. But we have to get to a point first of peace and security. And then, this is the final part. Armageddon, is that the destruction of planet Earth? No. It's a political takeover of the planet. Imagine that. All the satanic forces removed. Those who have sold their soul to the devil, removed. Those who have allowed themselves to become possessed, removed. Those who have allowed to become let themselves become seduced in any way by this satanic system of evil, removed. They're not going to make it. It's going to take that spiritual connection. You want to be on the right side of history, start praying and make that connection. Because without that connection, we can get caught up in the political outcome of a very big battle. And it's going to be very one-sided. And the Golden Dome ain't going to help. So the satanic forces from this planet have to be removed. They're around us. They entertain us. They brainwash us. Think about it. Wouldn't you agree with Sculla?
Absolutely.
Examine what you. Yeah.
One of the things I've said many times, and you may not agree with this, but in the Bible, I believe it's in the Bible, it says that we are born into sin. I think that the sin that it's referred to is the system that we're talking about, the system that is just full of corruption and evil. We're born into this system.
Yeah. Yes, short answer. But the thing that makes this system sinful is the control that it's under. When we're told we're born into sin, we do not have perfect human DNA. We do not have the complete first blood. We have been reprogrammed genetically. And so, what Solomon said, that man is going to do bad all the time. It's like temptation. Do we let ourselves be tempted? Who's doing the tempting? How big of a price do you have to pay? You see, and that works on so many different levels of life. And so we have to be aware. We have to be aware of so much that is going on, But without that awareness and that spiritual connection, we'll be lost. Rascala, how much do you count on your spiritual connection?
I'm not sure. Ask me the question again. I'm not sure I caught it.
How much do you count on your spiritual connection with God?
All the time. All the time.
Yeah. It's something that we actually have to live. Because there's just so many other different paths which are not going to lead to a good place. And we're going to see a lot of examples of that with the corruption that's entered this country. So better days are coming. Much better days are coming. We got to get over the speed bump of life first. We are on a cosmic collision with the future. When you're prepared, you can handle it. How many people built an ark in Noah's day? One. Let's not be deceived by the things that are coming. And while there's no harm in entertainment, let's choose our entertainment wisely. And maybe you can learn something from it. So with that, I'm going to say love and blessings to all. I do appreciate you joining us. Please hit the like button, write us a little comment, and share this information with others. Love and blessings, everybody. Thanks for producing Rascal, and thanks for joining me. And we'll see you the same time next week. Good night, folks.